Hello, all you role players and maybe role players out there. Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons tutorial, or as Nancy likes to call it,
DnD for Dummies.
So we have Nancy here as well as myself. I'm Kylala, and we also have Luna Midori. Aw, thank you. Who is the Final Fantasy XIV Girls Only Discord Dungeon Master, and she holds weekly Dungeons and Dragon sessions for each data center in our Discord server. So what we are going to do today is show you Luna's home-baked, unique, and original way of playing Dungeons and Dragons for our Discord server.
But before we dive right into it, we got a few questions, frequently asked questions, and this is what I'm going to do. So, Luna, dear holy dungeon master, what is roleplay? What is Dungeons and Dragons?
What is roleplay? So roleplay is where you put yourself into the shoes of a different character that you would like to role play as.
And how does it work?
You literal meaning of role from theater, you pretend to be that character. How that works is actually what we're going to be talking about in today's show. What is D&D? D&D is a subset of tabletop genre role-playing, typically set in a fantasy style, but not really. It can be set in the future, past, any time period. It can or can't involve combat if it so desires. And, but typically it does contain combat because that's some of the most fun parts of it. But in particularly, Dungeons and Dragons is just a subset of a tabletop roleplay. There's others like Pathfinder, or Travels of Catan or something. There's other subsets of roleplay tabletop games.
So we don't need anything else. If we want to participate on Dungeons and Dragons, we don't need to buy any extra stuff. There is no
Well,
extra.
for our version of D&D, we have a homebrew version of D&D that it's called Luna Midori's Homebrew for Final Fantasy XIV. We use the Final Fantasy XIV game engine as our tabletop. That being said, it is completely free except for you must maintain your subscription to Final Fantasy XIV. Otherwise, it is completely free to play Dungeons & Dragons Homebrew with us here at the Girls Only.
So, do we need like a minimum amount of people?
Absolutely not. We can do what we call solo sessions. If somebody on the server wishes to have a solo session and just wants to run around in my world that I've created, and just literally, for an example, if they want to go around and kill squirrels, I'm not going to tell them no. I will literally make an encounter where they have to go and fight waves after waves of squirrels. I don't mind. It's whatever the players enjoy. But the more players, the more roleplay, the more fun conversations that open up to you, because then you have everybody in character. And of course, here in game, we can actually emote and stuff. Which brings me to our next point. Kylala, would you care to show them how to put themselves in roleplay mode and turn off their emotes?
Yes, of course. So, what you will do is you target yourself, hover your mouse over your name that's on the top middle of your screen, right click and click on Edit Search Info. Underneath your name, you will see a drop-down menu where you'll have different statuses like online, new adventure, as you can see, busy, away from keyboard, looking for party. That looks new to me. Here you have the role-playing mode. It is very, very, very much suggested that you wear this while you do D&D or any other type of role-playing within the game. And then after you are done, you just press OK. And here you see you have the roleplay icon next to my name. Now, as you can see here on the bottom right, all these emotes are cluttering up the chat box. We don't want to do that for our session. So what we will do is you go to your social tab down here. go up to Emotes, and on the bottom of the pop-up menu is a display log message. Now, mine has already been clicked off. Yours, if you have emotes that will show up in the chat box, you want to unclick that so that it will not show in the chat box. So here I am, I'll pray. I'm praying, but you do not see it in the chat box. And that is how you change your status and how you turn off your emote filter. Or turn it on, or whatever.
I also have a plugin that is within the terms and services of Final Fantasy XIV that reads my emote chat to me for another mechanic that we're going to introduce the moment we get into combat. Miss Nancy, do you have any other questions?
How long does a game take?
A usual Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition usually runs about 3 to 6 hours. Our games, though, are typically shorter at 2 to 4 hours to be more conscious for the people who might have scheduling issues or other priorities after D&D, i.e. savage raiding, or family time, or anything like that. We want to be conscious for that and make sure that everybody's having a good time.
Can you take like every class, job, or role for it? And what about the race? Is there some limitation?
I'm going to split this question up into 2 bits. As far as your race and the way your character looks, your race, gender, color, nothing, absolutely nothing is restricted. You can literally be a...
Glass of
anything
orange
you
juice.
want. You can literally be a person that identifies as a glass of orange juice. We ain't going to judge. We're not... You're welcome to play as whatever makes you feel comfy. Now, this being said, not every job in Final Fantasy XIV, not every class in Final Fantasy XIV is available in D&D. Some of them are too difficult to convert into a turn-based system, and or I don't know how to play them at a proper level. I typically, if I don't know how to play them and somebody really wants to play the class, I usually go and ask veterans of that class how to play them, and I attempt to implement them in, but sometimes that doesn't go as planned. Warrior. But as of right now, not every class is available. We're going to go over action economy and other combat-based things whenever we enter combat here in a minute. But we're going to go over how...
the character sheet?
Yes! Character sheets. So, everybody here has a character sheet right now, but they are not required to play. If you want to just show up to one of our sessions, feel free. But as far as our D&D here in Final Fantasy, we actually use waypoints and markers to show positions and effects of spells and stuff. But we can get into that whenever the question arises. Sorry about that.
So let us know what is our current situation. Who are we, where are we, and who
Ooh.
wants to fight?
Hi. Alright. You have been sent on a mission from your authorities to find a Malcolm. Your goal is to bring him back at all costs. You cannot let him die. You can kill anybody else you need to, but your goal is to weaken and capture Malcolm and bring him back to the authorities.
So,
You have been
Kylala,
paired-
you are going to fight, I'm going to heal.
Alright.
That's not how this works. You have been paired with a girl with green hair. She's wearing a purplish outfit with purple pants. She seems to have a staff that has like a what appears to be kind of like a snake-like thing going up it whenever she draws it, and purple crystals that appear around it. It seems to be of metallic make. You recognize this as a black mage or thaumaturge weapon, and she has been assigned to help you from the authorities. Do you have any more questions?
No.
Miss Nancy? All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you the waypoints. So we're going to go ahead north here to A. So this is a example waypoint for a waypoint in the game. The players will automatically assume that there is something important sitting right here on this waypoint. For today's example, there's a bunch of immortal, undestroyable boxes.
So let's kill
So
the boxes.
You can wail on the boxes all you want. They will never break, and they will hit you for whatever damage you deal to them. That is a term in D&D called railroading. It is not a very good term. It is a very but since today's session is a demo session for the video, I would like to make sure that we do not get distracted with going other ways. Just like how Nancy just ran into another box down south.
Why? Why are you always boxes?
Another thing we do ask our players of D&D, do not metagame. Metagame is akin to cheating. If your character does not know the information, you don't know the information.
If your
You have to
character is
pretend like you
sleepy,
don't know.
you can't pay attention.
Yes, if Kylala decides that Nancy is asleep because Nancy knows lucid dreaming, Nancy does not remember any conversation that happened, cannot help with actions, cannot do anything until she wakes up. Just like real life! I do ask that the players do not open their minimap when I am placing waypoints, because they do appear on the minimap. But if it's an accident, it's fine, but if they use that knowledge to metagame, I do get onto them, because that is akin to cheating. Do we have any other questions or concerns before we start this little session? Ms.
I'm
Nancy?
ready.
All right. I'm going to just add a formality. Players, are you ready?
Ready here.
Yes.
Awesome. We're walking in from the south. We can be talking as we walking, but we're walking in from the south. I wish rescue worked outside of combat.
I was gonna say, I rescue Nancy.
You don't have a rescue. What are you talking about?
I don't.
Alright. Alright. You three enter the aft castle. As you enter the aft castle, you smell a hint of cigar smoke and maybe some alcohol. You notice that there's a bunch of people drinking at the tables. They don't seem too interested, and you don't see your target. What would y'all like to do?
I would like to continue go inside, cause
Go ahead.
I'm taking a look around, but I can't see this guy.
Okay. Well, so anytime you want to look around, we have this thing called a perception check. That uses a d20. So, Kylala is now going to cover what we do when we need to roll a dice.
In game, what we use to roll, we usually what it is in chat you type /random space and then the maximum number that is being rolled. So let's say you're doing 1 to 10, then you'll go random 10 and then enter, and then in the chat you'll see random, you roll a 9, and then in brackets out of 10. In D&D, Luna will let me know what rolls I need. Often, personally, I find that it is very tedious to keep typing it out manually. So what I do is I make macros. In order to make a macro, you go into your system right here down on the bottom here. You go to user macros. You will see some that are already filled up by the game. What you want to do is go to an empty one. Write down, let's say, roll 20, because D20 means you're going to roll out of 20. And then underneath here, you just type out the emote. Random space 20. You also have the, oh, thank you. So you also have the space here. You can right click and it will bring up a little window where you can actually customize the look of the icon of your macro. I pick the dice, of course, because, you know, we're rolling dice. And then what you can do is just drag it here to your action bars. As you see, I've already done it. And then all you need to do is click on them, and it will automatically, as you can see, show up in the chat. So there you go. You saved yourself a step.
So, Nancy, can I have you do a perception check?
What was it? D20, right?
Yes, all checks and saves are always d20s.
I roll a 13.
You roll a 13. You notice that the tavern seems a little bit more full. Everybody seems to be enjoying their meals. You have a drunkard over in the corner. Seems like he's singing. But other than that, you don't see your target.
Kylala, take also a look around. Maybe you see something I haven't seen yet.
All right, let me do my d20.
So I do ask, people do not roll randomly. The player who is going to be looking around or doing the action needs to declare that they're doing the action, so I can tell them to do a specific check, or if they have advantage or disadvantage, we'll go over that if when it comes to. Sorry for interrupting, but continue.
Yes, I will also do a perception check.
You would like to look around?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and do a perception check.
I roll a 17 out of 20.
You see the same exact thing as her.
So maybe we need to go to the other exit and see if our guy is there. What do you think?
I think we should sit down, order an ale, and talk to the waitress.
No.
But we have a job to do.
Yes, but the waitress
I
will
think
know.
actually asking the locals if they've seen somebody weird, it would be preferable, would it not?
Okay, go ask them.
Here's an empty chair.
Yeah, I'll plop a squat right here. As one of the waiters walk up, she looks and she says, "Yes, I see that you appear to be out of town. May I get you all anything?"
Yes, thanks.
The waitress.
I would like to order an ale, please.
Okay. Do you have any coins to pay with today? We charge 1 gold coin per ale.
Can I look in my purse?
So this brings us to character sheets. I believe they were mentioned earlier. If not, I'm going to tell you all about them now. So the character sheets contain your weapon information, your damage information, your inventory information, your skills, and any other information about your character. Kylala and I are actually from a different data center than the one we are currently recording on, so our characters are not exactly like what our character sheets describe, but that doesn't really matter. Inventories are typically persistent through this, and as the game progresses, your inventory will upgrade itself as you level, and your skills and abilities will upgrade just like in game. Not at the same rate, but at a balanced rate in which the party still feels like they're improving as they fight on to try to fight whatever enemy is currently present. Currently, everybody has 3 gold coins.
Yes! I'm rich.
Gold coin is a little hefty, isn't it, for an ale?
Well, it's the cheapest option. You could hand me a platinum coin, which is 100 gold coins.
No.
I'll happily accept a decent tip.
Oh,
I'll take the ale.
You'll take
yeah.
the...
Yes.
All right, 1
He will
gold
just
coin,
take
please.
the ale. He's happy when he can have a ale. And
So Kylala has to dictate that she actually hands him the coin. Otherwise, she's just going to sit there with her hand out awkwardly.
ooh,
So we try not to interrupt other players' engagements, which is when a player is engaging with an NPC one-on-one.
Oh, let's hand over.
You hand over the gold coin?
I hand over the gold coin.
Okay, cool. She puts it in like a little money bag that's tied to her apron, And she hands you 2 bronze coins back.
Go ahead and keep the coins as your tip, miss.
Oh, why thank you. And for you, she looks at the globe on your back. Are you, for you, ma'am?
Is anything wrong?
Oh, no, I've just never seen a weapon such as that.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes.
It looks so nice. Just take a look at it.
You draw your weapon, and immediately 3 other people at the other tables all stand up and draw theirs in a threatening manner.
I'm just turning around and saying, "Hey, nothing. I was just showing. Everything is fine. Calm down." I said,
I need you to roll a persuasion check on that.
17.
Okay, they believe you. They all sit back down and continue their meals.
See. So, yeah, I would like to have a milkshake. If it's possible, it's strawberry.
A strawberry potion? Sure thing. She writes it down, and she goes, I will use the 2 bronze pieces from this gentleman's tip to pay for it as a thank you.
No, I can pay myself. It's not a big
She
issue.
turns to the green-haired girl.
Okay.
And she goes, and for you? And the green-haired girl thinks for a moment. Crap. And she goes, I would like some of your strongest alcohol, please. And she goes, would you like sweet or sour? And the girl winks and goes, I want the sweetest thing you got. The waitress goes, that'll be 3 gold coins. And the green-haired girl hands over the coins. As the waitress walks away, you all are left at your table. What would you like to do?
I'm just shaking my head.
I'd like to ask you a question about something.
Yes.
I've been seeing you rolling during the session. So what exactly are you rolling for?
I am simulating the world around you in real time in my head. So there are NPCs doing things that you all have no idea about, and I'm not going to tell you about. They are doing actions while you are having conversations, and I am rolling for their actions to see if they succeed. So I am simulating the NPCs around you in real time.
Okay.
So, as the Dungeon Master, I do have to have the caveat of players don't randomly roll, but you're going to see me rolling like crazy. Or if I'm using my real dice, IRL, you're going to be hearing me continuously do this.
Okay.
Just as an example. You also notice that whenever I moved the marker, my character stand up, I do ask my players to realize that there is some in-game incompatibilities with the way I'm set up, and to please just play along as best as you can. Just pretend like my character didn't stand up to get rid of a waypoint.
Okay.
But that's about the best I can do.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, we shall continue. So, who do you I'm trying to think of why they would send us here. He seems to be doing some kind of like cargo thing, like stealing cargo or something. Maybe he's a pirate?
What about maybe a collector for a merchant?
Could be. Definitely could be. I want everybody to roll a perception check.
Eight.
Okay, so in this situation, one player succeeded and one player failed. So what's going to happen is I am going to message Nancy in game what happened and what she heard. It's her choice to share or not. I'm not going to share. But in this example for today, I'm going to tell everybody. And we're going to pretend as though Kylala did succeed. You heard a box being moved some distance north. As if it's being, like, dragged.
Oh, what's that? Do you know what way it came from?
North.
From here, maybe?
You all head up north. As you do, you notice there's a massive box blocking both of the exits.
But what was the noise?
It appears as though, and you see the drag marks behind the boxes. You can't get around it because it seems to be pressed up against the door. But it looks like it's been dragged because the bottom of the box seems to be tilted inward towards it, as if it's been pushed into place and dragged into place. You can inspect the box if you wish. Would you like to inspect the box?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead and roll an inspection check, both of you.
16.
You both succeed. You notice that the box has some pirate markings from the different pirate factions, but there doesn't seem to be anything odd about them. One of them, though, appears to give off some kind of aether. Maybe it's full of crystals. You're not 100% certain. Now,
What is this?
Now, if for the people watching the video, if you remember, I said that these were invincible boxes that will reflect all damage. What just happened there is a red herring that that the enemy has set up. And as the dungeon master, I have to inform them of any noises or anything they hear. So they're now aware that it's a red herring. But they still have to pretend like it's not. So their characters in game are now going to have to figure out that it's a trap type of thing. So now we're going to role play into that to try to figure out where this captain is. I sense some kind of ether around it. Do you all?
The box looks weird.
It looks completely normal. Other than the dented edge on the bottom. It looks like normal shipping boxes.
Alright. I'm putting my hand close to it. Yeah, I can feel some of this ether. I wonder what's inside.
Well, we should probably leave it alone. Maybe they're having somebody move it, and it just got accidentally placed here in the middle of the walkway?
Unfortunately, you're probably right.
You know, actually, I have an idea. Maybe we could see who placed it there and ask why it was placed there if we go around.
Okay. Or maybe we
I
can
think
just
this
ask...
walkway goes all the way around the castle.
Or we can just ask the barkeeper.
I don't think the barkeeper would know. It just happened. And it's not a part of the bar. Is it? You hear some shuffling out one of the exits, and you also hear another box being drug into place.
Alright, that's not normal. Nope. That's... What are the chances of the two big, the two exits?
Make an insight check.
Alright, I'm making insight check. Ah! I got a 3.
You think it's perfectly normal.
Alright.
Okay. This is no coincidence.
No? You don't think so?
No. They wouldn't block that. This is a fire hazard.
This is a trap.
Make an insight
Or-
check before you make that statement.
No, I was just like 2 exits locked.
Yeah, make a insight check to see if you realize. Yes, it is in fact a trap. This is what you believe.
What you say
It
makes
seems as
sense.
though. Do what?
It makes sense. What Nancy said makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, but the other question is,
Do
are
you
these
think the?
boxes here to lock us in or to keep something out?
Good question.
We could try poking it with a stick.
All right, Nancy, poke it with a stick.
But I'm the only one with a stick.
All right, you go poke it with a stick. I'll just stand over here.
Okay, back up, Nancy. You notice as she puts her her arms out. I'm gonna give her the white mage actions, the white mage animation. She puts her arms out. She does a little spin, and then all of a sudden you see a fire come from the end of her staff and hit the box. It immediately ricochets off the box and hits her smack in the face, and she gets blown backwards about 10 feet and lands on her bum.
Okay. Are you okay? Do you need healing?
Oh my goodness.
She dusts herself off, and she goes, "I think those are there to keep us in." As she spins an action to stand up.
Everything in place? Everything okay?
Other than my pride. As she kind of storms off a little bit back into the room.
Well, we said to poke it, not to throw a fireball at it.
Well, I poked it with my giant stick.
Okay.
Y'all hear shuffling through the other exit.
Oh, I hear something.
Yes, I believe I do too. Would you like to go investigate it?
We need to. This could be this could have something to do with our target.
Could, definitely could. He could know we're coming for him. As she follows suit, you notice there's 3 guys standing outside of the place. One of them is your target. The other 2 seem to be henchmen.
Look.
But one of them in particularly appears to look almost identical to the girl following you around with the green hair.
Whoa.
He appears to be in a blue armor set with a sword and a shield that appear to be glowing as he has them drawn. He's just kind of like twirling the sword in his hand.
Do you know this guy?
That guy looks very familiar there.
Is that Leo?
Who?
She panics. She goes,
Who's
I knew
Leo?
that mercenary work would get him into trouble. Oh, he's my twin brother.
Dum dum dum.
Why is your twin brother with the men we're seeking?
Well, maybe you could ask us instead of just standing there and pretending like we can't hear you.
Yo, hold on a second.
As the one at sea chimes in and gets a little bit closer. You notice that this particular one seems to be in civilian clothes. He doesn't seem to have a weapon or anything.
So we are here to get our buddy with us. We were sent out to take D with us, which is called Malcolm, if I got this right.
Yes.
So can you please come with us?
The guy on sea, he goes, "Absolutely not. We're not gonna go with you." As you hear another box being dragged around, and you notice that they're loading them off of ships.
We have been sent because there's been talk that Malcolm is associated with the illegal smuggling of items, and we need to bring him in. If you are associated with him in any way, we're gonna have to bring you in because you are associating with him. So come come peacefully and no one gets hurt, or we're gonna have to do this the rough way.
Well, looks like we're doing it the rough way. He's going to go ahead and make a dash attack against you and spend his bonus action to roll an attack against Nancy. We're going to go ahead and start combat. Nobody move. You cannot move any longer. No moving. I need everybody to roll initiative. Do not tell me the number until I ask for it. Okay. Nancy.
Yeah.
What's
7.
your number? Okay, thank you. Kylala, what's your number?
15.
Okay. Luna, what's your number? Kylala and Luna, please re-roll your initiative order.
5.
Luna and Kylala.
5.
Thank you. While initiative going on, I do ask the players to please keep calm clear so that I can best prepare. I regret to inform you, they go first.
Oh dear.
So here in my homebrew, the players do not know how much HP they ever have. I always, because just like in real life, you don't know how much HP you have. You might have an inkling, but you don't know the exact number. So neither do the players. Neither of my players know how much HP they have today. They know all of their other stats, but not their own HP. So he's going to go ahead and roll an attack against Nancy. Does a 20 hit, Nancy?
Okay.
So your AC is 14. Is 20 higher than 14?
Yes, 20 is higher.
Okay, he hits you. He slams his fist into your right shoulder, and you take a tickling of damage.
Oh, that's nice.
It is now B's turn. I need a marker for myself. Sorry. I'm right there. Okay. It is now B's turn. B is going to use his gap closer to immediately get right in melee range of Kylala, and that deals, to see if it deals damage. Kylala, please roll a D200 to see if you dodge out of the way. You do not dodge out of the way. Kylala, you take a tickling of damage. And he's going to go ahead and use his bonus action to cast Spirits Within. He is near full health, so it does bonus damage. You take severe damage. You're not looking too hot, Kylala. And he's going to go ahead and no, you're not downed. You are not downed. For his action, he's going to go ahead and cast Cover on C. Alright, and that ends his turn. It's now D's turn. Malcolm's turn. Malcolm is going to get within caster range, which is about here. And he is going to begin casting a spell of unknown origin. It is now
My turn.
Luna's turn. The Black Mage begins her turn. She's going to go ahead and cast, as her action, she's going to go ahead and cast Blizzard 2. She's going to go ahead and cast Blizzard on the enemy, so I'm going to go ahead and roll to hit. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh! That hits!
Does it?
Yes! By 1.
Mm.
Oh. So, she casts, and it does... Let me find it. 2008.
Oh, wow.
2,800 damage to the person who's oh no, it does 5,600 damage to the paladin, Leo.
And that,
because he is covering C.
okay.
All right. It is, and she's, for her bonus action, she is going to go ahead and cast Thunder. How does that hit? I'm never going to ask. And Thunder has an effect, so I'm going to go ahead and roll its effect. Cool. I get to roll Thunder again. So I rolled a hit again. That hits. I do not get to roll Thunder's effect again. So that deals 1,650 times 2 times 2. 6,600 damage to Leo.
He's got to be down.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus.
You're all level 20. As she kind of panics, she doesn't have a movement action, so she can't move because she spent it on casting a spell. It is now Nancy's turn. What would Nancy like to do?
First of all, I want to heal Kylala.
I believe you had a question for me first.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us what are all these actions. Because we have bonus action, we have movement,
So
we have normal action.
When you're in combat, we have something called the action economy, or action cost economy. Usually, the team with the higher action cost economy will win the fight. Because it is a 3v3, and everybody's on fair game for the most part, everybody has similar action cost economy. What that means is, to visualize this for the visualized learners, imagine that you have 3 coins that you get every turn. 4 if your class allows for it. Looking at Nancy's class.
You mean my bonus action?
No. Let me finish. You will always receive a coin for your action, your bonus action, your movement action, and some classes will receive a magical coin that can be spent as many times as at once, called a free action. For an action, spells, if the caster knows lucid dreaming, spells consume your movement action on top of your main action. Off global cooldown spells, i.e. dots, only use your bonus action. So you can use your bonus action and move. On your character sheet, it will dictate whether or not an ability that you wish to use or a spell you wish to use costs an action, a bonus action, or if you can cast it as a free action, i.e. drawing cards on Astro. Does all that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, Nancy, what would you like to do?
I mean, there are 2 things I like to do. First of all, I would like to throw a card on them and give them damage.
You haven't drawn a card yet. You need to draw a card.
Yeah, I want to first talk about my plan. To see if everything is fitting, if I can do it. And I want to heal Kylala a bit.
Okay, so that is actually an example of metagaming. Because it would cost an action for Nancy to open conversation with the other players. To discuss her plan. Because she's unable to do that as her character, so her character has no idea if the others know her plan or not. Unless she spends an action to start actually wasting time to talk to them.
I get my card. How can I find out which card I got?
You roll your d6. And follow the card description on your character sheet. For the action called card draw.
Oh.
Okay, so you rolled a 5. I will tell you what you got. You got the Ewer.
It gives all nearby party members 2 times. Mm-hmm. What is AC?
your armor class, or how hard are you to hit?
2 times HP and... What?
for
Does
every
it mean
spell-
everything is twice as expensive?
No. So, if I was to cast a spell while you have that card played, you will take damage for my spell cast. So based on those coins that I was talking about earlier, for each coin that the other players in your party spend, you take double damage
Wow.
for that turn. So, that's one of the cards that could actually kill you.
Nice.
If you have a bunch of people that have multiple free actions and multiple actions per turn. So, like, on my turn, I spent 5 actions. So, it's the risk versus reward. You can throw that card up in the air and hit everybody with it, and keep your party up, but risk dying. Or, you can hold on to it and draw a fresh card next turn. Or in 4 turns.
I guess I need to
3
wait.
turns. It's up to you.
Yeah. I guess it's better to wait than only to heal Kylala.
Okay, so you're gonna cast a Benefic on Kylala?
Yeah.
Alright, that hits. Kylala's at full.
At
Yay!
least something. I don't have movement left, right?
You casted a spell. It cost your movement action.
Yeah, so that's why my movement is gone.
Yep, but you still have your bonus action if you'd like to combust.
Yes, please. At
Okay,
least
go ahead
a
and roll to
little
hit.
bit.
And who are you hitting today?
Wait a second. Random 20. It's
I need to know before you roll. You'll be re-rolling that. Who are you attempting to hit?
A. No. B.
There's no A.
B.
D?
B. B like boobies.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit.
5.
I regret to inform you that a 5 misses an AC of 16.
You.
Never mind, I'm a liar. A 5 does hit.
Oh,
Because
if
you
it's a
forgot-
4 or 5, use
No.
DPS number.
No. No. You're not rolling that yet. You forgot to add your 2 hit modifier from your character sheet. Before you told me the number. You rolled a 17.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So 5 plus 12 equals 17. Does that make sense? So you tell me 17, you don't tell me the number in chat.
Okay.
So, that hits. Go ahead and roll Combust's effect.
With the D6.
As it says on your character sheet.
A 5.
It crits. Nice. How much damage does that do?
Wait a second. Combust. Is it now pop DPS?
No.
No,
Yes.
total
Yes.
DPS.
Yes. Yes. It's pop DPS. Sorry, I was confused.
185.
185 times 2. Alright, you dealt 370 damage to the paladin.
The B guy.
Yep, to the paladin. He's not even looking scratched. Alright. And that forcibly ends your turn because you do not have any actions. It is now Kylala's turn. What would Kylala like to do?
I would like to cast. Let's see. Stone.
Everybody
2.
please wiggle. Stone 2. Everybody please wiggle in your spot so you don't get AFK kicked. Stone 2. Go ahead and roll to hit. Who are you hitting?
I'm hitting your brother.
Ah! Well, what's the number?
7.
No, it's not.
Ah,
Add your 2-hit modifier from your character sheet.
9. Oh wait. My
How's is your?
hold on.
How is yours 2 and hers is? How is yours 5? And, oh, I remember.
5. So
I know why.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12.
That's it to hit, right?
That misses. That misses.
Ah.
A 12 misses. I'm sorry. I need you to roll a d3 to see who you actually hit. Okay. What's the damage on that?
Oh boy. Total DPS is 947.
Ah. Nancy!
I'm sorry,
You just got hit in the
Nancy.
face with a stone.
I'm sorry, Nancy.
Nice.
It really hurts. You see as she looks at Leo, as she casts, the stone goes straight for Nancy's face instead of straight where Kylala's looking.
Oh, I'm
You
so
still have
sorry.
your bonus action.
I would like to cast arrow too.
Alright, go ahead and roll the hit.
Oh, Jeebus.
Alright. Who are you hitting? We need to get in the habit of doing that.
Oh, I'm hitting C.
You're hitting C. Roll the hit.
I just did though.
No, you didn't. Roll the hit. You're hitting C.
Yeah. 17.
What was the roll? 17. That crits. Go ahead and roll arrow's effect.
1 out of 6, so that would be action fails.
Okay, what's the pop DPS on that?
631.
Wow, you're a DPS now. You did 1,262 damage to Leo.
Is he dead now?
No.
Oh, but I C is Leo.
You he's covering C,
Oh, okay.
so he's taking double of all of the damage C would have taken.
Oh, okay, I see now.
All right, that ends your turn. It is now the enemy's turn. They are going to go ahead, and C is going to run up and get smack dab in Nancy's grill. And he's going to go ahead and try to make a triple attack against Nancy. You all see as he punches Nancy, like, in the stomach, and then immediately, like, spins around in a circle, uppercuts himself, and he lands on the floor.
Uh-huh.
And he hurts Leo for 2,000 damage. I said 2, and I meant to type a 5. And he hurts Nancy for a tickling.
I can live with the tickling.
Actually, you can't. You're very, very weak. You're
Oh.
very, very hurt. Oh, by the way, he spends his bonus action to action surge. He gets his action back. He's very angry now. He is very angry. He slams his fists together and starts casting a spell. It is now Leo's turn. Leo is going to go ahead and, as his action, he is going to cast Holy Spirit on Kylala. That misses. So he accidentally casts it on himself, taking considerable damage. And he just kind of brushes off, and he goes ahead and attempts to Spirits Within. He is not near full health, and that misses. That ends his turn. Hey, guess what? Guess who was back here casting the whole time?
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. You notice that as his arms are towards the air, you notice that a giant fireball has appeared above both of your heads. All three of your heads. Yeah. So for mechanics like these AoEs, the players can opt to say that they wish to spin or they wish to dodge if they have an action available to do such thing. They are unable to because all of them spent their action and didn't hold it to attempt to dodge. That hits. That misses and hits Leo. Wow, okay. That misses. Ooh, does that hit? That misses. Wow, 1 hit out of 5. And guess who he hit?
Me.
No. You hear a crumbling noise as you hear a body slam against the ground behind you.
Oh no.
Oh no!
This is not good. Y'all. This really isn't good. So for an example, when we do the city mode in game, that means our character is incapacitated, which means they are unconscious and unable to act. What that means is that they will have to make death saving throws. If they fail 3, they respawn at the nearest inn with reduced stats. If they succeed 3, they gain 1 HP and they're at 2 HP standing conscious in the fight.
So I can't heal them.
They cannot be healed unless an item or a skill allows you to heal them. Which it will specifically says allow you to heal or resurrect incapacitated players. So this sucks. Oh, I know what to do. Ooh, this is gonna be juicy. Okay, 1 second. I gotta do some quick math here.
Okay, I just have a question though. So he hit only 1 out of 5 hits, so where did everything else go?
They all hit Leo because he was covering the person they actually hit. Leo takes 43,000 damage and 800 damage. 43,832 damage.
Holy smokes.
He still looks fine.
Your brother is not normal, miss.
You look down at an unconscious body as you say that.
Yep.
So this has been an example mini session for DnD. Do you all have any questions, comments, or concerns?
No. Thank you for all explaining, and I'm pretty sure that it doesn't seem so frightening anymore.
It's supposed to be an enjoyable experience up until you get hit in the back of the head with a dancer weapon several weeks in a row.
or get hit in the face with a rock.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
like, as an outsider, when you don't have any knowledge about it, it's very weird just to hear like roll on this, and this action, and this movement, and this bonus. It's all very like, what the hell are they talking about? It seems so complicated.
But I would like to go ahead and say thank you to Kylala and Nancy for taking time out of their day to record this video with me. And I would like to thank everybody else watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and thumbs up this video here on the Girls Only channel. We're here to have fun together, and I hope to see you in a session sometime soon.
Yeah, check out all our videos. We are also on Twitch, and we're happy to welcome you on our Girls Only Discord server.
And that concludes our tutorial for D&D for Dummies. I'd like to wish you a good day and a good week, and we hope to see you soon. And as I usually say, ta-ta for now.